Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, the Australian dollar gapped open this morning purely on the fact of the French election. However, the resistance cleared minor at 45. The market is actually still hesitant towards that 75.85 resistance. In light of the current pattern, I expect to see weakness to return with immediate support holding at 75.20, which could extend down towards 74.70 to 74.25 this week. Looking towards the top side, the market towards 85 should find the bears to regroup and take the challenge and eventually see the market back away from that level. Well, the euro gapped up this morning from the initial reaction to the French election. As the market gaps, we can see now that it contests that level of 109.05. Clearly from the high this morning, we've seen a recent retreat from there and has been respected. Now, one thing to note about gap openings is the fact that these gap openings are normally common, and we should see a pullback to fill in this area that you can see here. Now, the reason behind that view is common gaps occur in markets without a strong trend, which there isn't at the moment. Therefore, we should not see any new highs or any new lows and should eventually be filled. So therefore, I expect to see a pullback to the support of 108.40 with the gap filled at 107.60.75 and reassess from there. Well, the dollar yen story also gapped this morning, and as you can see here, the market is now trading above the 110 handle. And as I mentioned with the euro, gaps tend to be filled. Therefore, I expect to see a pullback to 109.35.45 around this region here and reassess from there. Now, if the market is short, then we won't get any pullback at all, and we will go straight to the 110.75.85 resistance, which you can see from this region here, and clearing this level would see further demand towards 111.40.55. But normally, as I mentioned before, if this is a common gap, then I expect to see no new highs or new lows, but instead just fill that area. Well, I guess that the Great British Pound is still remaining to its bullish stance since that whopping 400 rally last week, which was triggered from the Prime Minister, Theresa May. Looking towards the initial price action for this week, I expect to see the market to retreat from that 128.40 area, with a cap seen at 129 and look down towards the immediate support 127.70 and then 127.25 and reassess from there. Well, the gold story is weaker, and we have broken beneath that 68 level after seeing briefly it challenged but not rebounding from the initial gap open this morning. Could see a rise first towards that level of 74, but firmer resistance now comes in at 81 to 82. Reassess from the break of 68 as we could see a move lower to 54 to 56. And to wrap up with silver, well, as you can see here, the market has actually hit the target of 70 after the low being 73 or 70 this morning. I initially expect to see further weakness to come in. However, we could see a short demand returning as the market takes a little bit of profit after seeing the last 5 days of bear candles. On the day, I expect to see resistance cap around between $17.95 to 05. Now, a break beneath 17.70 would give further scope to the downside and bring in a target of 45. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day ahead.